Adam on this Thursday edition of the Morning Buzz presented by Geico. Get more with Geico. Zach Aldridge and Haley Sutton back with you on this early morning. Now, Zach, when I fill in on the morning show with you, my alarm goes off obviously earlier than it normally does. But if you want to catch the Open Championship across the pond, you got to set that alarm even earlier, like 4 a.m., 3 a.m., depending on who you want to watch.
Yeah, that has me excited for multiple reasons. One, we get to see a major out on the links. Two, I get to work on my accent, my Scottish accent. I think the Scottish are a little bit different with the way they get things going.
Not Scottish at all.
That's fine. I'll go back to normal me.
English.
I have a few days to get better and to get better. And as we're seeing the people who are doing really well out there because they've started already, is someone like Justin Thomas, a surprise name maybe you didn't expect to see get going so early. He has a new putter in his bag, and it is working wonders for him. JT going low, 3 under 68 to end his round as a leader. On the opposite side, though, Bryson DeChambeau, his quest for his second major this year, not off to a good start at all. 4 bogeys and a double bogey on the front 9 alone. We'll show you the leaderboard so you can kind of get a glimpse of how things are shaping up in the early portion here of the Open Championship, with tons of people still to tee off and start their round. Justin Thomas leading the way, as we mentioned, at 3 under par, still holding that lead by 1 shot over guys like Alex Noren, Justin Rose, Maverick McNeely. You've got Adam Scott there tied for 7th at 1 under as he's done for the day, but still a lot more movement to still go throughout the round. And we'll show you JT's scorecard of how he was able to do things, overcoming that double bogey you see there on 12, that par 4, but overall a solid day to finish 3 under par. Came out with a birdie on 2, followed that up with a birdie on 4. A few bogeys sprinkled in there, but overall, Justin Thomas, he is your leader in the early portion of the Open Championship. So now we keep that conversation going with some more on the Open Championship. We bring in the guru of the greens, the guru of links golf. He is Doug Bell. And Doug, let's start with Justin Thomas because he fires at 3 under 68, solo lead all by himself right now. Did you see this one coming at all?
Well, a little bit, Zach. Remember last week at the Genesis Scottish Open, he opens with 62, his best round of 2024. Didn't play particularly well the last 3 rounds, but told media people, hey, my swing is here. I feel pretty good about things. And remember, a year ago at Liverpool, he opens with 82 and played himself out of the Open Championship right out of the gates. Today, a different scenario, even though he had a double bogey in the card, as you showed his scorecard. 7 birdies today for JT, and he birdies the postage stamp green number 8, the short par 3, then birdies number 17, which is a 240-yard par 3. That was a great birdie. I mean, look at the scorecard. He closes out with birdies at 17 and 18. So, yeah, this is a little bit of a surprise. We saw a glimpse last week, but Zach, again, the greens at the Open Championship are slower than what these guys play every week on the PGA Tour. JT struggled with fast greens all year, really for the better part of 2 years. So maybe the green speeds are exactly what he needs to get his game back on track. Long way to go, but a fabulous start.
Yeah, that's how you want to get going if you're going to choose a way to be good or bad in the very beginning. And so far, it's been bad to start off for Bryson DeChambeau because you look at a guy who was maybe trying to win a second major of the year. Still, of course, very early, but he's fine the fine shrubbery out there at Troon and just not doing well, sitting at about +6 right now. What are you making of what we're seeing from DeChambeau so far?
Well, it's a head-scratcher start, that's for sure, because coming into this major championship, the final one of the year, he was more under par than anybody else by a wide margin. The best finishes, remember, he contended at the Masters, finished 2nd at the PGA Championship, wins the U.S. Open. But look at the first 9. Now, again, at the U.S. Open, he missed a ton of fairways, especially that final day, and somehow emerged the winner. Today, he missed a lot of fairways in that first 9. I mean, he was in trouble. He was in the gorse. He was in pot bunkers. I mean, he put himself in just awful spots, and the result was his worst score on 9 holes in his major championship career. So we'll see what happens. I mean, he's going to struggle to make the cut after that start, that's for sure, because things aren't going to get any easier at Troon. So this is a bit of a surprise. DeChambeau was the best coming in, one of the odds-on favorites to win, but I think he's played himself out of it after just 9 holes.
At least after that disastrous front 9, that back 9, no red numbers so far. So
right.
Doing a little bit better. But speaking of another person struggling who we thought might be able to be in contention, you look at Rory McIlroy. He's just sitting a little bit better than DeChambeau at +5 right now. And I feel like it's not just the putting that's the problem for him. It seems like it's just everything, Doug.
Yeah, the postage stamp green today is the 8th hole, that unique little par 3 that's surrounded by bunkers, and the front left portion of the green is a wide open shot. And these guys are going at it with a gap wedge. I mean, just a simple sand wedge, and he misses the green, puts himself in a bunker on the right side, couldn't get up and down out of the bunker, and suffers the double. That was a big mistake. And then at 11, the railway hole, which is really cool, Zach, a speed train goes right by the fairway and the green. I mean, right next to it, and people are going to work, and they're watching Rory out the window as he hit it out of bounds. So those 2 huge mistakes have put Rory in a bad spot, and I really believe he's going to struggle to make the cut. It's been a long time since he's won a major. That's well documented, and this is not the start that he was hoping for. He's put himself in a really, really difficult spot.
Yeah, McIlroy, of course, with a whole lot of ground to be able to make up if he wants to get back into contention. I want to pull up the leaderboard again to show folks just kind of what we're looking like so far in the early portion of this first round. And, of course, it is Justin Thomas with that lead at 3 under. But you see these scores here. You see these names here. How low do you think things could end up by the end of this round and maybe for the tournament? What's it going to take to win?
Well, I think JT may very well be the leader when all is said and done after this opening round. Conditions are tough out there at Troon, and right now the scoring average for the field is 3 over par, and that's only going to probably get a little worse. That's the highest scoring average at an Open Championship in 10 years. Since they played at Muirfield. That's the year Phil Mickelson came back on that final 9 on Sunday and won his only Open Championship. And Muirfield is considered the toughest of all the tracks in the Rota there at the Open Championship. So, again, Troon has some bite. They've extended the holes a little bit. They've added a couple hundred yards to the course. But Mother Nature, which we kind of love, Zach, at the Open Championship, she's blowing hard off the Firth of Forth. Say that a few times. I know you've been working on your Scottish accent. Say Firth of Forth a few times, Zach. The wind is blowing hard off of that.
I don't think I have that in my bag. Like I know sometimes my accents are not A1, but I know when I'm going to be very, very bad, and that one would be super bad. So I might just bring that out maybe at 10. We'll try that again, Doug.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Right,
we appreciate it. Yes, we will keep it tapped with you all morning long and take a look at how the Open Championship is playing out. And you could always find out all things golf for yourself over at the First Cut Podcast, because the guys, they have you covered. Make sure you like and subscribe to find out how the Open Championship is playing out throughout the weekend.